This ice water hack is taking over social media.
This is beyond incredible. It's like it's freezing the fat right off your body.
A small tweak to a regular glass of ice water and the fat just falls right off.
Have you guys heard about this? Everybody has water and ice at home, which means that anybody can lose a lot of weight really fast.
Here's what's happening. I recently posted a video to TikTok sharing the bizarre ice water hack that I used to quickly drop 54 pounds and 5 dress sizes when diet and exercise had failed. Now, my simple water trick has gone completely viral on Instagram and TikTok, with people all over America posting story after story showing off their unbelievable fat loss results.
I lost 32 pounds just in time for vacation. This ice water hack really works. Before this, I dieted, I worked out, nothing helped until I found this. I look and feel fantastic.
I'll admit, the first time I saw this, I almost skipped over it. Thank God I gave it a try. I can eat whatever I want now, and I don't gain an ounce. Seriously, not a single ounce.
Wow, just wow. I'm down over 20 pounds. Just a few seconds each morning. It's that easy.
Trust me, just a simple tweak to a glass of ice water each morning, and you'll never worry about your weight again. At least that's what happened for me.
I'm the type of gal that hates the gym and loves pasta. And I thought I'd be overweight forever. But now I'm down 6 dress sizes. Yes, 6. And the best part? I've kept it off with no gym and lots of pasta.
It's a little crazy, I'll admit, but with the secret you're about to discover, I dropped 54 pounds and 5 dress sizes in just weeks. And I did it without changing my diet or stepping foot in the gym. In fact, all it took was the easy ice water hack you're about to see firsthand. And that, in just 7 seconds each morning, flips your metabolism into full fat burning mode for the entire rest of the day. So, no matter what you do or eat, the fat simply melts away all day long, like a snowman sitting in the warm sun. This little ice water hack was created by New York City's top weight loss doctor. It's backed by multiple studies from Harvard and Stanford, plus the leading fat loss scientists in Switzerland and Berlin. And in the next 3 minutes and 47 seconds, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, so you too can see your stomach, arms, hips, and butt grow tighter and lighter every time you look in the mirror. Amaze friends and family with your unbelievable transformation. And most importantly, fall in love with the way you look and feel. See, what these expert researchers discovered is that if you struggle with your weight, it's got nothing to do with your hormones, your thyroid, your gut, or anything else like that. And it's not even that your metabolism is too slow. It's that, at best, your metabolism only burns fat for a few paltry minutes each morning before shutting down for the rest of the day. And that's why this ice water hack makes losing weight so easy. It overrides the biological signals that shut your metabolism down each morning, extends your daily fat burning window so you burn fat all day long, and tricks your body into burning up to 10 times more fat each day, no matter how much you eat or how overweight you are. This is the cutting edge of science, a literal fat loss cheat code that resets your metabolism to burn longer and stronger every day. In fact, the science behind this is so powerful, it's physically impossible for your fat not to melt away. Even if you've gotten nowhere with things like keto, Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, or the latest workout programs, it all comes down to one strange fact about freezing cold water, the unbelievable impact it has on the human body, and the 7-second morning trick that turns any glass of cold water into an all-day fat-burning breakthrough. Use this simple little ice water hack each morning, and you'll effortlessly drop pounds every week, burning even the hard-to-lose deep fat located on your hips, butt, belly, underarms, and thighs, all the while enjoying all the pasta, bread, soda, pie, bacon, cheese, chips, and anything else you've been told is off limits without fear or guilt, and without gaining a single pound. Just as exciting, because this ice water hack overrides the signals that tell your metabolism to shut down each morning, once the weight is gone, it can't come back. Now, I know you might be feeling skeptical right now. That's a good thing, because I don't don't want you to just believe me. I want you to listen to the incredible, undeniable scientific proof. I want you to listen to the stories of real people just like you who have used this trick to lose more fat than they ever imagined. And I want you to hear my story. What you're about to see is effective. It's researched and proven. It's unlike anything you've ever seen before. And that's why you're gonna love what it does to your body. Over 33,000 men and women have already used this strange ice water hack to drop weight they thought they'd be stuck carrying around forever. And I hope you're already imagining the countless ways your life will change once you too have reshaped your body and finally put the struggle behind you. Because it will happen for you too. Listen, if you're fed up with boring diets, endless exercise, and the frustration of never getting anywhere no matter what you try or who you listen to, I've been there. I made this video for you. It doesn't matter if you're 40, 50, even 60 years old or more. If you need to lose a few pounds or 100 pounds, if you've been overweight your whole life, or if you gained weight after having kids or getting older. When you see yourself transformed in the mirror just weeks from now, you'll be beyond thankful you watched this video today. So let's dive right in. Hi, my name is Paula Smith. I live just outside Albany, New York with my husband, Mark, and our 3 kids, Jules, John, and Emily. And even though I'm now in the best shape of my life, I'm not a fitness coach, doctor, or health nut of any kind. I'm just a busy working mom of 3 who lucked into a body sculpting weight loss breakthrough. And in just a moment, I'm gonna share this easy 7-second ice water hack with you. The same one that froze 54 pounds off my body with 0 effort, faster than I ever dreamed could be possible. Yes, you heard that right. With this secret, you freeze the fat away. And while I know that's totally different than anything you've ever heard before, it's also why it gets results. So just give me a moment and I promise it'll all make sense once I explain how this all happened. See, about a year ago, my friend Shannon invited me to her bachelorette party. Shannon had been my best friend since junior high. After a horrible first marriage, she moved to New York City, met this handsome, rich banker named Mike, and was finally tying the knot again. Mike really was Mr. Perfect, and I was beyond happy for Shannon. But I was also super anxious about this trip. I didn't know any of the other women going. They were Shannon's new friends from New York City, and I was scared I'd be a fish out of water. These girls were rich. They were beautiful. They all had successful husbands and perfect little families. It was like joining the cast of The Real Housewives of New York, a high-class world I didn't belong to. Oh, and I haven't even mentioned the best part. This trip was to the Hamptons, and we'd rented an upscale Airbnb right on the beach, so we'd be in swimsuits a lot. And while I'd struggled to lose weight after having my 3rd kid, every one of these girls, and yes, I mean every single one, had a killer body. For weeks leading up to this trip, I obsessed over every detail of my appearance. I pored over the itinerary, meticulously planning every outfit I'd wear, hoping I could somehow hide my weight and look okay next to these women. I must have packed and repacked my suitcase 10 times and tried on every item of clothing in my closet. But most of all, I dieted and worked out like mad. I hardly ate, and when I did, it was plain chicken, steamed veggies, and other tasteless stuff. So boring, it made me want to cry. Honestly, my kids have a pet rabbit, and even he had a more exciting diet than me. I also spent an hour a day on the Stairmaster, sometimes even 2. It was brutal. But by the time of the trip, I'd lost 8 pounds. I was exhausted and hangry, but also proud of myself. Well, that is until I got to the Hamptons and met these women. Oh my God. They were even more beautiful in person. I tried to let loose and have fun, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being the fat friend everywhere we went. A giant pasty marshmallow next to a bunch of women who belonged on the red carpet. None of my outfits looked right, no matter how much I tugged at them. When we took pictures, I angled myself in ways that made me look slimmer. I never even got into the pool. I couldn't bear the thought of being seen in a swimsuit. Even so, the other girls actually treated me like one of their own. So despite my insecurities, I left the weekend feeling great. I had laughed and danced with my best friend and made some new friends too. For once, I felt like I fit in. That feeling, however, didn't last long. When I got home, I couldn't wait to see all the fun pictures from the trip. So I grabbed my phone and opened Instagram. My heart sank. Picture after picture showed up in my feed, but in every photo, the other girls had either cropped me out completely or used a filter that made me look skinnier. It wasn't just one of them. They all did it, meaning they'd gotten together and decided I wasn't good enough to be in their pics. I was devastated. Despite my best efforts, despite starving myself and working out like crazy, I was still the fat friend who didn't belong. And no matter what I did, that's who I'd always be. At least that's what I thought. Because right there, in one of the worst moments of my life, I had no idea I was about to make a life-changing discovery. The next morning, my phone buzzed. It was a DM from Michelle. She was easily the most beautiful woman at the party, but also the nicest. Honey, her message read, what they did to you is terrible. Are you okay? I know it was just a message, but it meant the world to me. The fact that Michelle took the time to call out how messed up the whole situation was. Well, it was the validation I didn't know I needed. The validation that said, you're not the one who's messed up, they are. And I think that's why I felt comfortable pouring my heart out to her when I replied, telling her how humiliated and hurt I felt. To my surprise, she understood. I used to struggle with my weight too, she wrote. It sucked. I tried everything and got nowhere. Then a photo popped up on my screen. My jaw dropped. It was Michelle, but she was even bigger than me. I blinked, completely stunned. Gorgeous, confident Michelle had been overweight too. But how? I furiously typed back, desperate to know her secret. How did you get so skinny? She replied, this guy named Dr. Blaine. He has a weight loss method that'll sound crazy, but trust me, it works. He has an office here in NYC. You should come see him. Michelle explained that Dr. Blaine was so busy, he only saw new people by referral from existing patients. So she immediately called and got me an appointment. Now, of course, I was thankful she went out of her way for me, but I'll also be the first to admit this was crazy. I mean, a mystery doctor with a strange, fat, melting secret who basically turned Michelle into a supermodel. It happened so fast, I could barely think. But at the same time, what did I have to lose?
So for the next 2 weeks, I tried desperately to get a hold of Dr. Blaine, which was next to impossible given his busy work schedule, but somehow, after a lot of effort, I managed to get a Zoom meeting with him. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, only that Michelle was his favorite patient. She pulled some major strings to get me this appointment, and this might be my one shot at actually getting results. When I finally sat down with Dr. Blaine, which I recorded, I was still nervous, but he immediately put me at ease. He was about 60 and handsome in that smart, sophisticated sort of way. But the biggest thing I noticed, he had kind eyes. I could tell I was in good hands. After some small talk, Dr. Blaine shared his background with me, including how he spent 20 years as the medical director of a prestigious hospital in Southern California before moving to New York, and how he eventually left the hospital because he was sick of seeing the healthcare system sell people out to big pharma. He said,
Paula, everything I do is based on the latest science. But what might surprise you is that the advice you get from your doctor is almost never what scientists on the cutting edge recommend. I became a doctor to help people get healthy, but our system is broken. These scientific breakthroughs are buried because they threaten big pharma's bottom line. What I'm about to show you is the breakthrough that scares them the most.
With that, Dr. Blaine walked off the screen for a moment and came back with an empty glass with a few ice cubes in it. Sitting back down, he shook the glass a little, looked at me, and asked,
What if I told you I discovered a metabolic loophole that with just a few cubes of ice like this, you can use to force your body into a state of hyperactive fat burning for a full 24 hours?
Sounds too good to be true.
It's simple, Paula. Obesity is the cause of almost every disease in America. So the more overweight people there are, the more money Big Pharma makes. That's why they fought so violently to keep this breakthrough hidden. But it truly works.
You see, after leaving the hospital and dedicating his career to weight loss, Dr. Blaine made a shocking discovery, something that rewrites the rules of fat burning and staying slim into our 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond. And that could now give you your best body ever in just weeks, with nothing more than a glass of this activated ice water and a few seconds each morning. First, he explained that although you've probably heard all about having a slow metabolism, top researchers now agree technically there's no such thing as a slow metabolism. And the truth is actually simpler than that. If you struggle with your weight, it's not that your metabolism is slow, it's that it's not even working at all. It's off, inactive, dormant, asleep. For some of us, this is just how we're born. For others, it happens because of age, stress, pregnancy, even certain illnesses we've caught along the way. The point being, if you're overweight, it's not because of what you eat, or that you haven't exercised enough, or anything else you've done. It's because somewhere along the way, your metabolism got shut off. That's not your fault. In fact, Dr. Blaine explained,
if cutting calories or working out more have done nothing for you, that's a telltale sign your metabolism is inactive most of the time. And the crazy thing is, thanks to a 2016 study published in the journal Obesity, we know that dieting and exercising too much only make it worse. But trust me, that's the good news. Because as you're about to discover, you can bring your metabolism back to life quickly and in a big, big way. And burn 20 pounds or more every few weeks, simply by doing this easy ice water trick first thing each morning.
See, after explaining why our metabolism shuts off, Dr. Blaine then threw me for a bit of a loop by asking if I'd ever seen people doing ice baths and cold plunges on social media. I nodded, but quickly told him I had no interest in doing that to myself. He laughed and assured me his method has nothing to do with taking cold showers or anything like that. But that if you ever do take an ice bath, what you'll notice is you actually feel warmer for the rest of the day. The reason that happens is because cold water shocks the body into a more activated state, which creates a bit of heat. It's kind of like throwing cold water on someone's face to wake them up. It immediately brings every system in the body back online. And it's what got Dr. Blaine wondering if there was a way to use ice water to activate a sleeping metabolism. Several early studies convinced Dr. Blaine it could be done. The first was a clinical trial done at the Berlin Medical School and conducted by Dr. Michael Boschman, one of the top fat loss researchers in Europe. It was the first study to prove it's possible to activate someone's sleeping metabolism with nothing more than water. The scientists took a group of volunteers, half men and half women, all of them either overweight or obese, and gave each of them a glass of ice water. Incredibly, within minutes, their metabolisms had spiked by an average of 30%. It was spectacular. A follow-up study produced even more extraordinary results because it showed what this metabolic kickstart did for real-world results. In that study, 50 overweight women were instructed to drink 1 glass of ice water first thing in the morning for 8 weeks, and to make no other changes to their diet or exercise habits. Incredibly, by the end of the 8 weeks, average body weight, BMI, and body fat percentage had all dropped. Finally, a third study done was performed at Stanford University. This was the biggest one of all, with 173 women, all between the ages of 25 and 50. Amazingly, this study found the exact same thing. With nothing more than ice water, these women had less fat, lower BMI, and lower body weight across the board. Wild, right? However, Dr. Blaine believed those results only scratched the surface. The problem? Regular ice water isn't strong enough to permanently reset the metabolism. And that's why drinking more water never helped me or anyone else get a better body. In fact, according to the Clinical Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism, the issue with regular water is it only turns your metabolism on for 35 minutes each morning. After that, it goes back to sleep, and you go back to storing fat the rest of the day. And drinking more water throughout the day won't help. So at best, you can only hope to lose a couple of pounds. That's why Dr. Blaine's ice water hack is such a breakthrough. And it's why you're gonna wanna pay attention to this next part, because what you're about to see is the key to burning fat nonstop, 4 hours, or even days on end. After seeing these studies, Dr. Blaine knew he was on the brink of a big breakthrough. He became obsessed. He spent nearly every waking moment trying to figure out how to keep that fat-burning window from shutting off.
That's what I've been working on for the past 5 years. And it's why I'm glad you reached out to me. All your problems are about to end.
Then Dr. Blaine said that just like electrolytes can be added to water to improve how much it hydrates us, he discovered a handful of natural compounds that, when taken with ice water, have been scientifically proven to turn your metabolism on and keep it on for hours and hours and hours. At this point, Dr. Blaine was so excited he jumped up out of his chair.
This activated ice water is the holy grail of fat loss. We're not talking about a small increase in fat burning either. We're talking about making your metabolism hyperactive, an increase of 720 to 1,080%. For a woman your age, that's pounds of fat loss every week.
Can you imagine? Right now, your metabolism is off. And with this secret, you don't just turn it on. You turn it on and keep it on all day long, which allows you to effortlessly burn between 720 and 1,080% more calories every day, all day. Every day, whether you're eating, working, sleeping, running errands, or relaxing on the couch with a glass of wine in one hand and a big bowl of popcorn in the other. If you've ever seen one of those girls who eats whatever she wants and has never set foot in the gym and still looks incredible, it's because her fat-burning metabolism naturally stays on 24 hours a day. Starting now, yours will too. And like Dr. Blaine mentioned, for a woman around my age, that means as much as 15 pounds of fat gone in just the first couple of weeks. Dr. Blaine said the key was using the right compounds in their right forms, in the right amounts, at the right time of day. It took him years to get this part right. Ultimately, he got stuck trying to figure it out on his own, so he gathered a dream team of every expert he knew from his 30-plus years as a doctor and scientist. This included some of the brightest doctors, biochemists, nutritionists, and pharmacists on Earth, respected geniuses in their fields, whistleblowing insiders at some of the largest pharma companies on Earth, and field researchers who had spent years in the trenches studying medicinal plants and herbs. Together, they spent 16 months gathering and analyzing over 120 compounds with the potential to open this ice water loophole, testing them both individually and in combination with one another to determine which combinations melted the most fat in the shortest time. Unfortunately, 95% of these compounds failed, but through painstaking trial and error, he and his team finally found their Goldilocks list of fat-burning compounds that, when combined together in the right amounts, would activate anyone's metabolism and send them into fat loss overdrive. Number 1 on this list was a compound called CGA. CGA stands for chlorogenic acid. It's this amazing compound found in a group of African flowering plants called Rubiaceae. And when you take it along with water, your metabolism instantly ignites and burns through any excess calories and fat. According to Dr. Blaine, taking CGA with ice water is like flipping a switch. Your body goes from storing fat to burning it off as energy. Multiple studies prove this. One randomized study from 2017 looked at the effect of CGA on 64 women and found it led to, quote, significant reductions in the body weight, body mass, and fat mass. In fact, these women lost 585% more weight than women who didn't get CGA. That's not a typo. 585% more. Incredible, right? What's even more remarkable is these women didn't change their diet or exercise. They just took CGA.
That's just the beginning. Most of the fat was burned off their bellies and thighs, and the researchers determined that's because CGA specifically releases stubborn pockets of fat that are hard to lose with diet and exercise alone. In fact, another study found that CGA dramatically shrinks waist size.
Women in that study lost an average of almost 4 inches from their waists in weeks. I patted my own belly, the part of me I hated most. The thought of watching it melt right off my body put a big smile on my face. I mean, just imagine waking up every morning, drinking some ice water and CGA, and knowing a flat tummy is only weeks away without starving yourself or working out like a mad woman. It's really exciting to think about, right? And remember, CGA is just one of the powerful compounds Dr. Blaine and his dream team discovered. And when you combine all of them together, getting skinny isn't just easy, it's effortless. The next compound Dr. Blaine's team unearthed is something called L-carnitine. Dr. Blaine explained L-carnitine is incredible because it shuttles fat into your cells where it's more quickly burned for energy. Most people's bodies are terrible at burning fat, no matter how much they diet or exercise. That's why L-carnitine is critical if you want to lose weight, he said. In other words, L-carnitine takes the fat already stored in your body and burns it off as pure energy. That's when Dr. Blaine's face lit up even brighter. He added,
plus, L-carnitine tricks your body into staying in this fat-burning mode for hours after you take it. When people took L-carnitine along with ice water, their fat-burning metabolism soared by up to 1,080%. That's not just a small bump. That's a life-changing improvement. When your metabolism is that high, everything changes. Suddenly you can eat the foods you love, order desserts when you go out to dinner, or grab popcorn, candy, and a Coke at the movies, and the weight melts away still.
Then, Dr. Blaine continued on to the third compound on his Goldilocks list. It's a compound called EGCG, which is commonly found in tea leaves from the western regions of China. Dr. Blaine stressed that you won't find EGCG in just any tea, though. And in order to get maximum results, you must isolate it from the tea leaves and take it in a purified and potent form. He then explained the amazing part about combining EGCG with L-carnitine and CGA is that it increases your metabolism through an entirely different pathway, which is causing your metabolism to actually create heat. I mean, EGCG literally turns your body into a fat-burning furnace. That's pretty cool, right? Dr. Blaine then showed me several studies showing EGCG also reduces high blood pressure, lowers harmful triglycerides, and improves the hormones that control how you store fat. I thought about how, no matter what I did, the scale just kept climbing and climbing since my last pregnancy. And I couldn't help imagining how great it would feel to finally watch those numbers fall for once, simply by taking each of these body sculpting compounds with a cold glass of water each morning. Dr. Blaine said the combo of CGA, L-carnitine, and EGCG alone was a quantum leap in the science of fat loss. The team was ready to declare victory on their fight against fat. Then, Dr. Blaine got an exciting phone call from a colleague in Italy. He said he'd uncovered 2 more compounds that would, in his words, make it perfect. The first is chromium, a mineral that, according to studies, makes the body 47% better at burning carbs and sugar, which is amazing news for anyone who, like me, loves bread, pasta, and sweets. The second, a highly purified form of L-theanine, an incredible amino acid found in several exotic mushrooms. It boosts thermogenesis, cuts cravings, and increases energy. Plus, taking L-theanine also physically changes the structure of your fat cells, and this makes it easier for your body to burn them. At this point, my heart was racing. I wanted Dr. Blaine's formula, and I wanted it immediately. He nodded and said, to his knowledge, no other team on Earth had come even remotely close to what his team accomplished. It took 16 months alone to test the 120 potential compounds they started with. Then, another year to track down the purest, high-quality forms of the compounds that made it into the final formula. It's just not something the average person or even the average scientist could ever do. This was a combined effort done by a super team of medical and scientific geniuses, folks who had leveraged every single relationship and contact they had until they finally created the perfect fat loss formula.
Paula, I don't know if you believe in destiny or fate, but your timing couldn't be better. Up until now, each batch took an unbelievable amount of time and money to make, so only a few people have used this formula. Your friend Michelle was one of those people. She lost nearly 85 pounds, but we recently invested $1 million of our own money to ramp up production and create 1,000 new bottles. Most of them are reserved for family, friends, and long-term patients like Michelle. But I can tell you're serious, so I can add your name to the list if you want.
Yes, please. A few weeks later, I got home from picking the kids up from school and I saw a small package at my door. My wait was over. I was so excited. Yet, to be honest, I was still a little skeptical. I had seen the scientific evidence showing it boosted fat burning by 720 to 1,080%. I had heard Dr. Blaine's story. And of course, Michelle was living, breathing, skinny as hell proof these little pills truly worked. But my hopes had been crushed so many times before that I couldn't help but feel unsure. But I thought about seeing my dream body staring back at me in the mirror, and I decided I needed to make this commitment to myself, even if I felt some doubt. So the next morning, I woke up and immediately swallowed one of the capsules along with some ice water. At first, I didn't really notice anything, but by late afternoon, I realized I hadn't reached for a single snack, and I had breezed through my usual midday slump without even noticing. It was subtle, and I still thought it might be just in my head. But the next morning, I stepped on the scale and I was down 3 pounds. I tried not to get too excited, figuring weight fluctuates day to day, so one day didn't really prove anything, right? However, by the end of the week, I'd lost 5 pounds. This wasn't fluctuation. I was losing weight fast. I couldn't believe it. My jeans were looser, my arms started to look more toned, and my cravings were gone. As the weeks rolled by, the changes became impossible to ignore. 10 pounds gone, then 15, then 20. I could practically feel my metabolism incinerating more and more fat each day. And it was effortless. I wasn't dieting, I wasn't hitting the gym every day, I was still eating all of my favorite foods. It didn't matter. The weight just melted off practically before my eyes. One morning, I pulled out a dress I hadn't worn in years. It fit perfectly. I just stood in front of the mirror, shocked at the sight of a sleek, flat tummy I thought I'd never have. I even turned around to get a look at my bum in the mirror, and I gotta say, I loved what I saw. My face was slimmer, my legs looked amazing, my skin glowed. But it wasn't just about how great I looked. I felt different inside. Light, happy, confident. I couldn't remember the last time I'd felt like that. My friends noticed too. They couldn't stop complimenting me. "Paula, you look incredible. What's your secret?" they'd ask. Even the young cashier at the grocery store started flirting with me. I found myself smiling more, laughing louder. It felt like the world changed around me. Colors seemed brighter. People became friendlier. And my husband, he says his friends secretly started telling him they wished their wives had a body like mine. But the best part is what happened when I went to my friend Shannon's wedding and showed up all the girls from the bachelorette party. You should have seen their faces when they saw me walk into the church with a tight black gown hugging every slender curve of my new body. Only 3 months had passed since they last saw me. I'd lost 54 pounds and dropped 5 dress sizes. Plus, the blemishes on my face had vanished. The bags under my eyes were gone, and the red blotches on my arms had disappeared too. I looked and felt like $1,000,000, and those girls couldn't hide their shock. They begged to know my secret. Had I gotten a new trainer, started some new diet, started taking Ozempic? Of course, I didn't tell them a thing. That was my payback for what they'd done to me. Honestly, it felt good to be the one all the girls were jealous of for once. I'd always been so insecure. Now I was this confident queen bee who the other girls were all buzzing to be around. Who would have thought something so simple, a glass of ice water and 1 little capsule each morning, could make such a difference? But there I was, a total transformation in weeks. And the best part?
It's now 9 months later, and I haven't gained an ounce of it back. No more yo-yo dieting, no more frustration, and I never feel hungry or deprived because I can still enjoy as much of my favorite foods as I want. Pizza with the kids on Friday night, wine and tapas with my friends, ice cream dates with my husband. Nothing is off limits. And it's all because Dr. Blaine's formula reignited my metabolism and turned my life around.
I recently called Dr. Blaine to share the news. He was thrilled for me, but not surprised.
That's the power of this formula. It's a breakthrough in the science of fat loss, and you're proof that it works. Many of my friends and family have experienced similar transformations over the last few months.
And that's when he surprised me with an offer that would change my life and the lives of thousands of others. He said he wanted to take it a step further and conduct a larger study, taking a large group of people from all kinds of backgrounds and having each of them try his formula for 30 days so he could be sure it worked for anyone, and that he'd been wondering if I'd be willing to help. Of course, I agreed immediately. So, using my connections from various mom groups and social circles, we put out several posts looking for volunteers. Our goal was to get 100 people, but then my posts and my story went viral. And before we knew it, we were flooded with people begging for Dr. Blaine's breakthrough. So we expanded the study to 1,000 people, about 70% women and 30% men, all between the ages of 28 and 87. The study was simple. Each participant would take one of Dr. Blaine's capsules with a glass of ice water before eating breakfast every morning for 30 days. That was it. In fact, Dr. Blaine even gave them strict instructions to make no changes to their diet or exercise. Now, I'll be honest, once the study period started, I was a little nervous. But once the results started pouring in, even I was amazed. The average weight loss in just a few weeks was, get this, 27.8 pounds. Can you believe that? Almost 28 pounds. Plus, nearly everyone also reported major improvements in energy, sleep, and overall mood. And several participants with pre-existing health conditions even reported better blood pressure and blood sugar levels. As I looked at the jaw-dropping results with Dr. Blaine, I couldn't help but think we were doing something profoundly good for the world. This wasn't vanity. And it was about way more than losing weight. It was about giving people their lives back, which is why it became crystal clear to Dr. Blaine that we needed to get this breakthrough into the hands of as many people as possible. And since I benefited firsthand from this remarkable invention, I agreed to help in whatever way I could, including by sharing my story with you. You've already shown you're committed to your health. You wouldn't have watched my video today if you weren't, which is why I couldn't be prouder to be the first to present to you AquaSculpt. AquaSculpt is the simplest, most affordable, and most effortless weight loss solution ever created. It's the only formula designed to put your body into a state of 24/7 metabolic activation, skyrocketing your fat-burning metabolism by 720 to 1,080%, allowing you to melt even the most stubborn pockets of fat from your belly, arms, hips, and legs, and revitalize your energy levels while at the same time boosting your brain function and supporting overall health and well-being. It's also 100% safe and effective, and uses the combined synergy of 6 potent and clinically effective natural ingredients that, when combined with water each morning, torch excess fat effortlessly. And I do mean effortlessly. AquaSculpt doesn't require you to change your diet or exercise. In fact, it's actually recommended that you eat all of your favorite foods in order to keep your metabolism in overdrive. Pizza, pasta, ice cream, French fries, burgers. You can enjoy all of them, totally guilt-free, without ever gaining a single pound. Instead, because AquaSculpt works with your body's natural fat-burning rhythm, you'll find yourself torching belly fat while lounging on the couch, sitting by the pool, enjoying a night out on the town, or working from your computer. AquaSculpt represents a clear leap forward in the science of weight loss, one that makes starvation diets and painful workouts seem completely outdated. It took almost divine coordination of a groundbreaking scientific study, breakthrough manufacturing technologies, and the dedicated research of Dr. Blaine and his colleagues to develop it, which is why there's never been anything like AquaSculpt before now. And why it's no surprise that thousands of men and women have all reported the same things: dramatic weight loss, all-day energy with no crash, and a total body transformation from head to toe using AquaSculpt. And today, it's your turn. It's your turn to go shopping for that new outfit. It's your turn to love the way your body looks. It's your turn to feel not only confident, but excited to show off the new you. Losing weight using AquaSculpt couldn't be easier. Simply drink 1 glass of ice water each morning and AquaSculpt does the rest. Watch as you create the most potent weight loss solution on planet Earth, feeling it electrify your metabolism and giving you clear, sustained focus and energy. That's it. It literally couldn't be any easier. You'll be happy to know that AquaSculpt is vegetarian, non-GMO, and gluten-free. It contains no added fillers, preservatives, artificial colors, or stimulants of any kind. And it's 100% safe with 0 side effects. AquaSculpt is formulated using only pure, pharmaceutical-grade ingredients sourced from the highest quality sources available. It's processed in a sterile, state-of-the-art facility, which is GMP, or Good Manufacturing Practice Certified. This means we follow the strictest safety protocols to ensure the quality and effectiveness of every batch of AquaSculpt. And we have each carefully formulated batch tested and approved by third-party inspectors. So now that you know everything you need to know about AquaSculpt, how it works to electrify your metabolism to burn off fat, let me ask you something. How much time, money, and effort have you wasted over the years on failed weight loss solutions that never addressed the true root cause of your slow metabolism that's getting worse by the year? It makes me sick just thinking about the thousands of dollars I threw away on meal plans, trainers, gym memberships, and everything else. Maybe you can relate. So let me ask you this. How much would it be worth to you to finally find a proven solution? Something that works better than your wildest dreams. Seriously, how much would it be worth to you to have that slim, sexy figure you've always wanted? To have complete control over your weight and never again have to worry about dieting or counting calories? To be able to enjoy all your favorite foods guilt-free while your friends and family are amazed by your transformation, all while being in the best health you've ever had. Just take a moment and let that set in. Think about how incredible that would make you feel. Try to be honest about how much that would be worth to you. Can you even put a price on that? I know most people would agree they'd pay almost any price they could afford for something like AquaSculpt, because it's not about being vain or superficial. It's about getting healthy so you can support your family. It's about setting the right example for your kids and grandkids. And it's about showing yourself love, the one thing we always forget to do. So, with all that in mind, one question remains. What would it be worth to you to live totally free of your unwanted fat forever? 5,000? 1,000? 500? Well, you'll be happy to know that you're not going to have to pay anywhere near what you might be thinking. Because as I'd hope I've made clear, Dr. Blaine and I aren't working together on this to make a profit. Our goal here is to help as many people as possible experience the same life-changing transformation I did. The despair and hopelessness almost swallowed me whole, which is why now, on the other side, I'm bursting with gratitude. My cup is overflowing with love, health, and joy. I don't need anything. I don't need money. I truly believe that it is my mission to put this formula into as many hands as possible before I die. So I don't want price to stand in anyone's way, which is why we went out of our way to make AquaSculpt as affordable as possible. It's not easy because everything that makes AquaSculpt so effective also makes it costly to make. Everything from the pharmaceutical-grade ingredients to the expensive processing techniques to maintaining our laboratory-grade manufacturing facility to paying for expensive third-party testing. Those costs add up, which is why in the past, we've had to set the price of AquaSculpt at $249 as the bare minimum. That's the lowest that our team and other advisors have recommended. However, since I can't stand the thought that price would get in your way, and since you've already invested your time into watching this video, I can tell that you're serious about making a change. You won't have to pay $249 like everyone else, or $200 or even $100. Instead, on this video only, you can secure a month's supply of AquaSculpt for just $69. That's a savings of over $200. But before you go and place your order, I want to make the deal even better and show you how to save even more when you say yes to AquaSculpt today. See, the longer you use AquaSculpt, the better your results get. Research shows that it's best to take AquaSculpt for at least 90 to 180 days to experience optimal results and to guarantee you reach your desired weight. Most people find the positive effects just keep compounding. So after several months, they begin to see the most dramatic weight loss results, feel the most noticeable difference in their energy levels, and begin to look years younger. So to make sure you get the greatest results possible, I'd like to offer you a way to experience the full benefit of AquaSculpt, not just for 30 days or 60 days or even 90 days, but for a full 180 days. It's all part of what I call our Buy More, Save More campaign, something that allows you to see the greatest results while saving the most money. Which means that today, I'm going to provide a special one-time opportunity to get a full 6-month supply of AquaSculpt at the lowest price I've ever offered. Just $39, significantly less than today's already special low pricing. At about $1 a day, you won't find a more affordable weight loss solution. You will never see the price this low again. And since so many people want to experience the full benefit of AquaSculpt, since they don't want to bother with reordering or out of stocks, and since, as you'll see, your order is 100% guaranteed either way, most people end up just choosing the 6-bottle option, which is just another reason why AquaSculpt has been flying off the shelves, and why it's important to act fast. The only reason we can make this offer available today is to make room in our warehouse for our next shipment, which is why it's important to act fast, because I can only offer this low price for the remaining inventory we have left. After that, we'll have no choice but to significantly raise the price. Not only is it extremely difficult sourcing and securing key ingredients, but 2 of our suppliers have already raised their prices substantially on our next order. And given just how fast the 6-bottle orders are coming in lately, we'll likely run out very soon and have to close this offer for good. So please don't be upset if you come back to this page and find that the cost has gone back up by hundreds of dollars. At that point, there's simply nothing I can do to help. Let me be clear. This is not a subscription or automatic payment, so you don't have to worry about hidden fees or anything like that. It's just a one-time, flat fee to get AquaSculpt at the lowest possible price. So select the 6-bottle package or whatever package is best for you by clicking the Add to Cart button. After selecting your money-saving package, you'll be taken to a secure 256-bit encrypted order page. We use the same security as places like Walmart or Amazon, so your information is 100% secure. Simply fill in your information, hit enter, and we'll immediately begin preparing your package. We'll even throw in free shipping on the 3- and 6-bottle packages when you order today, and rush your order directly to your doorstep. Listen, over the last couple years, I have been fortunate enough to experience AquaSculpt transform my life and the lives of thousands of men and women. Now, because we are so confident that AquaSculpt will work for you, we're gonna put our money where our mouth is and offer 100% guarantee on your order. If you aren't head over heels in love with your experience with AquaSculpt, then you don't pay a dime. Even if you change your mind for any reason or no reason at all, simply let us know within 60 days of your order and we'll refund your entire investment. No hassle and no questions asked. That's how much we stand behind AquaSculpt. That's how confident we are it'll work for you. And that's how much we value your trust in us. You can get a hold of our US-based industry-leading support team at any time. You'll find the email and phone number on your confirmation page, delivered to you inside an email and printed inside every shipment of AquaSculpt. So now there's simply no risk for you to say yes to AquaSculpt today. Click the Add to Cart on the 6-bottle option to experience AquaSculpt for the lowest price it will ever be offered again. And take advantage of our Buy More, Save More campaign and enjoy even more life-changing benefits for less. Plus, you're protected by our industry-leading 100% satisfaction guarantee. AquaSculpt is the closest thing you'll ever experience to automatic weight loss, which is exactly why we've made saying yes today as easy and effortless as possible. So click below to secure your 6-month package or whichever amount makes the most sense to you. Oh, and on top of all of this, when you order AquaSculpt today, we're also going to give you 2 powerful and important bonuses. Bonus number 1, The Truth About Weight Loss, normal retail value of $39, the book that many in the diet industry hope you'll never see. It's also loaded with powerful tips and natural protocols that you can use at home to accelerate your transformation. And bonus 2 is exclusive access to our AquaSculpt VIP area. Normally $97. This access is yours today, completely free. There's no subscription or anything like that. Just an amazing private community created just for people like you, where you'll get all kinds of additional tips, tricks, videos, and guides for a perfect body and so much more. This bonus is only available while we still have space left, so get it while you still can. Okay, so at this point, you're probably thinking that this all sounds really exciting. And are you asking, how do I get started? Well, remember that both the free shipping and these bonuses are only available to you here on this website today, and only on the 3 or 6 bottle options. So all that's left for you is to scroll down below this video and click the 6 bottle option, or whatever option makes the most sense to you. So click below right now to place your order. Our time together is just about done today, and I want you to remember this. It's not your fault that nothing you have tried until this point has worked for you. No amount of dieting or exercise was going to overcome your slow and inefficient metabolism. This is different. Today, you finally found something special. So now you have 2 paths in front of you. One path is filled with the same frustration that brought you to this video. It's the one filled with the endless yo-yo cycles of failed weight loss, of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, judged every time you go out in public, or trying to avoid your reflection in the mirror. It's the aching joints, feeling out of breath all the time, and constant anxiety about your health. Like I said, you likely already know what's on that path. It's what brought you to this video. And since nothing can change if you don't act, doing the same thing over and over again will only lead you to the same disappointing results while you continue to struggle with your weight. I have seen so many people give up. It makes me sad, especially when I know there's a simple and effective way to lose all the weight and get the body you desire. A simple way to finally get free of the prison of fat forever. Something that's easy and enjoyable, and something that's already been paid for through the painstaking work of Dr. Blaine. All you have to do is say yes. Thousands of everyday people have already chosen this path and experienced how different life can be, all from the tiniest little change. Now, I'm inviting you to join us, to feel what true effortless weight loss feels like, how it feels to wear clothes that actually fit well, to actually enjoy all of your favorite foods, and to love what you see in the mirror. You deserve everything in life. One that's filled with adventure, passion, and romance. One where you feel vibrant and revitalized and light. And one that allows you to step into life as it was meant to be lived. It's the path you've been searching for your whole life, and I can't wait for you to join us. Now is time to select the 6-bottle package or any other package that makes sense for you and take advantage of the free shipping, the free bonuses, and today's 100% risk-free opportunity to finally take control of your metabolism and to claim the body, the health, and the life you truly deserve. I'm Paula Smith, and thanks for watching. Still have questions? I totally understand. I've put together a few of the most common questions we get about AquaSculpt, so you can feel confident about your order today. How does AquaSculpt work again? Great question. AquaSculpt works by unlocking the natural power of water to turn your metabolism on and then keep it on for a full 24 hours a day, allowing you to burn 720 to 1,080% more fat and more calories each day. In other words, when paired with cold water, the powerful natural ingredients in AquaSculpt supercharge your fat-burning potential, keeping your body in a fat-melting state and burning everything you eat. like jet fuel. How do I know this will work for me? AquaSculpt has already helped 33,467 women and men of all shapes and sizes lose anywhere from 8 pounds to over 100 pounds of fat. Plus, it's backed by real science and peer-reviewed research. Our customers report an almost 100% success rate, which is why we're so confident we can guarantee your order for a full 60 days. How does the guarantee work? It's simple. If for any reason AquaSculpt doesn't work for you, just reach out to our customer service team within 60 days and we'll refund every penny. No questions asked, no hassle. That support contact is right here. And it will also be provided on the confirmation page in your confirmation email and inside every package that you receive, so you'll never have any trouble finding it. Is AquaSculpt safe? Absolutely. AquaSculpt contains only well-researched ingredients that have been tested in multiple studies. It's manufactured in a state-of-the-art facility that meets the highest safety standards. However, as with any supplement, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor. How can I get started? Easy. Just click on the best money-saving package below. The 6-bottle package is our best deal and the most popular option. Don't forget, your order is 100% guaranteed and you're getting AquaSculpt at the lowest price ever offered. We can't wait to see your transformation.